Finding the most profitable trends on Etsy is an essential part of running a successful shop. From choosing niches, designing products, or even just finding great keywords. There's a lot that can be learned from the specific occasions that customers utilize Etsy to shop for. And thanks to a bit of secret data that I was able to get my hands on, we now have a bit of insight into which holidays and occasions are most popular on Etsy. And today, I'm sharing this data with you so that you can maximize your own profits by catering to these special buying occasions. For those who are new here, my name's Starla Moore, founder of the Handmade Alpha Academy for Etsy sellers and manager at erank.com, Etsy's most popular SEO tool. Recently, our team at eRank was able to set up a survey that polled real Etsy customers while they were shopping in order to get their thoughts on some of our most common concerns as sellers. In this video up here, I cover the factors that buyers said were the most important to them when considering making a purchase on Etsy, so be sure to check that out if you missed it. But continuing our deep dive into this exclusive Etsy data survey, today we're looking at the question, how likely are you to buy something on Etsy for the following occasions? Then we gave shoppers the option to rate each occasion on a scale of very likely, somewhat likely, and not likely. The occasions we focused on in this survey included birthdays, Christmas and holiday season, Black Friday, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and weddings. Of the 1,010 Etsy shoppers polled, 52.8% of them said that they were very likely to shop on Etsy for birthday-related gifts. 40.2% said that they were somewhat likely to use Etsy for birthday gifts. And only 7% said that they were unlikely to shop for birthday gifts on Etsy. This is amazing information because unlike popular holidays and seasons, birthdays are a year-round occasion that can always be targeted. Even if your product isn't birthday themed, you can easily incorporate birthday themed keywords into your SEO strategy in order to target shoppers who are looking for birthday gifts. For more help with Etsy SEO and discovering low competition keywords, be sure to grab my free Etsy SEO toolbox up here and in the link down below. Next, we asked shoppers how likely they are to shop on Etsy for the Christmas and holiday season. Not surprisingly, 64.9% said that they are very likely to shop on Etsy for the holidays, making it the most popular occasion in our survey. 30.3% said that they were somewhat likely, and only 4.9% of shoppers said that they were not likely to use Etsy for their holiday shopping needs. And like I said, these numbers aren't surprising, but it does mean that you should plan to list your holiday products early on Etsy. Last year at eRank, we noticed the very first holiday-related searches starting as early as June, and they skyrocketed in the months following, peaking in November. So though it may feel like the holiday season just ended, right now is actually a great time to begin planning your 2023 holiday product lines. Next, we asked shoppers how likely they are to shop on Etsy on Black Friday. 36.7% said that they were very likely to shop on Black Friday. 37.7% said they were somewhat likely. And 25.5% of shoppers said that they were not likely to shop on Etsy for Black Friday. Pairing this data with Etsy's 2022 Q4 report, we can see that Etsy reported 2,000 checkouts per minute during their 5-day cyber sale, with an overall year-on-year increase in sales during this time. This is like killing two birds with one stone. If we already know that holiday shopping on Etsy starts as early as June, and we know that Christmas is one of the most popular seasons on Etsy, and we also know that Cyber Week on Etsy is historically their busiest time, it would make sense that if you're already planning your holiday products early, you'll be set for Cyber Week as well. So when pricing these items, just keep possible discounts in mind for the future. That way you can have a little wiggle room to accommodate a cyber sale in November. Next, we asked shoppers how likely they are to shop on Etsy for Valentine's Day. 35.8% said that they were very likely to shop for Valentine's Day. 36.8% said they were somewhat likely. And 27.3% said that they were not likely to use Etsy for Valentine's Day. And this isn't super surprising since Etsy is typically known for being a higher priced option when it comes to shopping. And right after Christmas, many shoppers have a bit less money to spend. I'm not saying that Valentine's Day isn't a holiday that you you should target. However, I do recommend making sure that you're listing these products very early with initial searches for Valentine's Day on Etsy starting in December and peaking in January. Next, we asked shoppers how likely they are to shop on Etsy for Mother's Day. 39.6% said that they were very likely to use Etsy when shopping for Mother's Day. 36.7% said they were somewhat likely. And 23.7% of shoppers said that they were not likely to shop for Mother's Day items on Etsy. With Mother's Day in the US right around the corner, it's important to make sure that your Mother's Day products are already listed if you haven't already. In the UK, Mother's Day is March 19th, meaning that sellers have already missed this window. And honestly, if you're seeing this video in 2023 and you haven't started creating Mother's Day items, I would recommend focusing instead on future holidays and saving Mother's Day products for next year. But if you already have items for Mother's Day created and ready to list, get them listed as soon as possible. Next, we asked shoppers how likely they are to shop on Etsy for Father's Day, and these numbers were actually a bit surprising. This time, only 30.6% said that they were very likely to shop on Etsy for Father's Day products. 33.2% said that they were somewhat likely, and a whopping 36.2% of shoppers said that they were not likely to shop on Etsy for Father's Day. So, does this mean that you shouldn't list products for Father's Day? Not necessarily. While Father's Day certainly isn't as popular on Etsy as Mother's Day, there's still a huge demand and increase in searches. So while I wouldn't totally fill your shop to the brim with Father's Day products, now would definitely be an ideal time to get a few listed if you want to take advantage of this occasion. Lastly, we asked shoppers how likely they are to shop on Etsy for a wedding. And this is another occasion that is ideal for sellers because though wedding season technically takes place from May to June, weddings are a year-round occasion, which means that demand maintains all year long. During our survey, 35% of shoppers said that they were very likely to shop on Etsy for wedding-related needs. 38.2% said they were somewhat likely, and 26.8% said they were not likely to shop on Etsy for weddings. From wedding gifts, favors, dresses, and invitations, there are endless possibilities when it comes to items that shoppers want most in the wedding industry. So if you sell wedding-themed items, I recommend getting those listed ahead of the spring and summer wedding season so that you can fully take advantage of this trend. Overall, success on Etsy means thinking like a shopper and taking advantage of the holidays and occasions when buyers are most likely to make a purchase. And with a little science, a lot of data, and some help from a trusted Etsy expert, you'll be well on your way to Etsy success. Cue the funky lo-fi beat.